Fox News alert, President Biden is promising a response after 3 U.S. troops were killed in a drone strike in Jordan. 38 others were injured in the attack carried out by Iran-backed militants, and the number is expected to rise. Jonathan Gilliam is a U.S. Navy SEAL and former FBI special agent, and he joins me now. Jonathan, good morning to you. This is an act of war, and it didn't come without warning. There have been 160 attacks on U.S. troops in the Middle East since mid-October. How does the president respond? This deserves to be more than just a 3-day story.
Good morning, Carly and Todd. You're right. It does deserve to be more than just a 3-day story. But you just said it yourself. There's been over 160 attacks, and that's just in that area. That's not including the issues that we've had with the Houthis in the Red Sea. But what is the common denominator here is that either Biden and his administration either does nothing, or they do the rhetoric that they use is a proportionate and singular response. And so they will pick areas that they can carry out airstrikes on, but those airstrikes, by and large, do nothing to stop the head of the snake, which is Iran. And it doesn't matter if it's Hamas, Hezbollah, whoever is responsible for this particular attack, or the Houthis in the Red Sea. Iran backs these individuals regardless of Shia or Sunni ties, and they back them with money, weapons, and training because this is how they fight through proxy wars.
Yeah, and 3 families are going to get the worst news of their lives. And we will get these soldiers' pictures eventually, and then every single time we do, the story becomes even more real and more tragic. Senator Lindsey Graham says that the White House should take immediate and strong action, saying the Biden administration can take out all the Iranian proxies they like, to your point, Jonathan, but it will not deter Iranian aggression. I am calling on the Biden administration to strike targets of significance inside Iran, not only as reprisal for the killing of our forces, but as deterrence against future aggression. Hit Iran now, hit them hard. What are the chances that the president surprises us and does something like that? And if not, what happens next?
I think the chance of the Biden administration doing something that aggressive is very unlikely, because it is, as we have seen historically, whether we're looking at Afghanistan, the way they deal with China, how they tried or did not or failed and didn't even attempt to stop Russia from crossing into the Ukraine. The Biden administration does not carry out any type of military operation that would threaten the Biden administration politically. So the chances are they're not going to do anything to Iran. And I'd like to say one other thing. Lindsey Graham is correct in what he's saying, but why does Lindsey Graham and all the other conservatives in Washington, D.C., why do they wait until Iran does something like this to go and take the leadership of Iran out, to take the military leadership out, or the generals? That's one thing Trump did. Trump did many things that were great, but the one thing that he did in relation to this was he took out that general when he was starting to maneuver in the same way, and that's what Iran understands. Yeah. They don't. They and their proxies will continue to do what they're doing unless they themselves are hit and hit hard.
Yeah, and there was recently memorial in honor of that General Qasem Soleimani in Iran, and there was a terror attack that took place during that memorial, and it turns out the United States warned Iran that something was going to happen, and this is the thanks we get. So that is another extension of this story. And, Jonathan, just 2 weeks ago, President Biden was asked about his message to Iran, and he says they know not to do anything. He said he delivered a message to Iran. They know not to do anything. It's a little hard to hear him when he said it, but let's just play that clip really quickly, and then we'll get your response.
I've already delivered the message to Iran. They know not to do anything.
What do you think about that? Why do you think the president thought that Iran knew not to do anything? And this morning we're waking up to news of 3 dead U.S. soldiers.
I don't know what Biden's thinking is in saying those things, because that's like saying that repeat offenders who murdered or raped or molested children before they get caught and then they do it again. It's like saying they know what not to do. It doesn't matter if Iran knows what they shouldn't do. They know what they can do and what they can get away with under this administration. And while the Biden administration continues to make ridiculous and useless statements like that, while their Secretary of Defense disappears for long periods of time, when 2 Navy SEALs died in the Red Sea, while all these things are happening, Iran is continuing to carry out war and attacks on us and our allies. And I want to say one other thing about this, Carly, is that this is going to be, in my eyes, the litmus test of who will be president.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We don't need more people that are serving under the president, the next president, that are going to tiptoe around these issues. We need people who are warriors, who come from these backgrounds, whether it's in law enforcement or military, that are going to do what needs to be done and advise the president that he needs to do it. And we need a president that is going to carry those things out.
Yeah, this is a tragedy because it was not without warning. 160 attacks already on our troops in the Middle East, and also many attacks in the Red Sea as well. Things just keep on ramping up. Jonathan, thank you so much for your perspective. We appreciate it.
You got it.